Spider.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm super fixing it.
All right, guys. Well, we should be live. Anyone out there is listening to us. If you let us know if you can hear us, me and these
Hello.
guys. These guys should speak now so they can hear.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Friendon.
I'm also Friendon.
We are all Spartacus.
Exactly.
I'm Negan.
Oh, well, there's that. There's that.
Oh.
Well, we're back. We took a week off. I just got really busy. Sorry about that, but we're back with another first edition Dungeons and Dragons game. This is our second session of the Isle of Dread. It's technically a Mystara BX module that I've kind of shoehorned into Greyhawk as a stopping point between the Underdark and them getting back to Greyhawk. So last session, you guys kind of hooked up with Thorgrim's crew. You got paid. That's the big thing. You got paid. And some business opportunities were open to you as Thorgrim really kind of liked how you guys operated. We got Richard. Introduce your character and what just amazing thing did you do last adventure? Except you're muted. Or I can't hear you anyway.
I can't hear him
I
either.
had to
There we
leave
go.
on my thing, not in the Zoom. Professional. Hi, I am Richard, and I am playing still Tristan, the Remuneration Redistribution Specialist, who is level 4 after last week's exciting adventures, where he flew on the back of a pteranodon or something, some dinosaur thing. It was great fun.
You successfully pulled down a pteranodon or a pterodon and rode that
Pterodactyl,
baby.
whatever.
Yeah. I wouldn't say you've tamed it yet, but you've certainly brought it back down to the ground in good shape. Could bring a lot of money potentially. Oak, the mighty Oak. What did you drunkenly do last episode?
Hey, this is Oak. I'll be playing Fabor, the level 3 or level 4 now fighter. He's more than that, but can only train 4. But I did something similar, except that I was carried away by the pterodon until I forced my will upon it using my crown and made it take me back to the ground.
There we go.
All while I was drunk as well.
Thorgrim always using his brains to do things as he should. Dion, what fabulous thing did you do last session?
Hi. I'm NPC, the level 4 human fighter, and I fucked an orc.
No, you porked an orc.
That's pretty much it. I was kind of useless. I left my armor on the boat. We got attacked. I couldn't go to the boat and get the armor and put it on and come back. You'd all be dead. And I didn't really hit anything. So the most I did, I fucked an orc successfully.
Fabulously. I'm Grown Wolf.
Yes.
Friendin, you weren't here last session, but your character certainly was around and such. So you guys, as I said at the beginning, you did get successfully paid, Friendin. So your character was able to level up. And if anyone had excess experience, it would level them up further, which I know some of you do. At this point, you need training to go further and to get those experience points banked, as it were. So, after last night's attacks from the sky, Thorgrim really liked how you guys kind of, made yourself useful and didn't just cower in huts, and you were extended the proposition to join his crew, at least for this outing, if you're interested. He explained that pirating is kind of, it's not the season for it. It hasn't been good lately, but they found this great opportunity here. They capture these megafauna on this island, and they sell them off to rich people who think it's really interesting to put dinosaurs in parks. And so that's where we were.
That's an amazing idea.
You guys drank the night away the rest of the time. So did the rest of the orcs after they pitched all the dead in a nice little bonfire. So it's late the next morning. Again, the offer was extended. It's kind of up to you guys if you want to explore this island, make a little bit more cash, or at least do some sightseeing before you try and head back to mainland. Now, you do have a map, good enough that your captain can get you back to mainland, and from there you guys can figure out how to get back to, well, the Grand Duchy, where you left many months ago on an errand from your company. I'm sure they've all written you off as dead.
We got
and cashed
sidetracked a little bit. Sorry about that.
cashed in your insurance, all that fun stuff. All right, so the afternoon sun in this jungle environment kind of greets you, and you are left with this decision. If you want to try and just go ahead and collect some food and water, enough for what your captain thinks you need to get to mainland, or you can join Thorgrim here for a little bit. They've got a quota of these megafauna they want to collect before they head out. What you would get paid is actually quite easy. Thorgrim is his whole crew gets equal shares with the following minor tweaks. The sailing ship is its own counts as its own share for upkeep, and the captain gets 2 shares. Other than that, everybody else shares equally.
Okay.
How do you transport them back? Do you put giant lizard dinosaur things in your underwater vessel?
Okay, so if Thorgrim's not available in the morning, but if you ask one of
Oh.
his crew,
I just asked someone. Yeah.
no, they've got barges for that. Once they get their quota, they drug them and they just haul them off on barges.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Does that work on any sort of giant lizards? You tried it on other ones?
He kind of looks
You have
around. He's
2
like,
giant lizards. You know, might be helpful. at
works
some point.
better on some than others.
My giant lizard also works better on some more than others.
All
It's
right.
in my pants.
Oh.
Not as funny. when you-
Congratulations, that lizard goes limp.
Exactly.
with
Yeah. I wanted him to like just make everyone hate him more. I kind of felt that about Grumble.
I am waiting for an actual giant lizard to crawl out of your pants.
I eated it.
Well, it started off as a tapeworm, and then it just kind of got out of hand.
Oh no! Why do you think I've been losing so much weight?
All right, guys. Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to join Thorgrim's band for this expedition or not. They are setting up to. They're trying to make their quota, so they are going to send out a band today, sometime in the later afternoon. Once things start to cool down a little bit, they're hoping to bag at least one big one or a couple of small ones. They don't really have names for all these things yet. Most of them are just toothy and large. Toothy and large.
I'm fine with going with them.
Yeah, that seems good.
Kind of like to see some more of these lizards.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, good enough.
Do we rest?
Well, you assume that you slept what time there was left, and you slept late into the morning, so you get a hit point back for that. But that's all you get.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with 1 hit point. That's better than nothing.
Mhm.
Is there do they
So
have
we
any
don't get
healing
con bonus
potion?
with that.
Yeah, con bonus with your rest, so 1 point plus your con bonus. If you've got a negative con, you still will get 1.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's 2 HP then. Nice. Do they have any potions we can buy or healing services we can trade for?
They got a
or-
dock. No magical healing. Dock's good for burning out wounds in the leeching.
I'm used to finding more creative ways to release myself of my own blood, like eating incredibly spicy local foods.
Makes you bleed out your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no magical healing. At least nothing that they're willing to share or sell to you.
What about the elf? Is he still around?
Still around? You want to ask?
Yeah. can
Tell
I
you what.
just-
Make me a charisma check first, and
Oh,
then
no.
based on that roll, we'll see how this goes.
Oh, high success out of 11. I got a 10.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, so how do you approach them? The guards are outside of the hut again as you approach.
I'm just gonna be like, hey guys, I was wondering if you had any healing potions I could trade you for. I know you guys were looking to get rid of some of the stock before you headed back, and we're about to go out and go hunting. And maybe, I can bring a cut of some meat over to you guys. Like,
Well, one of the guards kind of looks the other. He gets a big smile on his face and says, Perhaps, are you a gambling humanoid?
uh, I mean, it depends on what the offer is.
Well, I have here a jug of our elvish finest. This wine is not only great on the palate, it will heal wounds as well. This jug here, and he kind of unslings a leather like wine skin from off his shoulder. This is good for 4 doses or so. I'll wager this in a bet, a throw of the bones, for 20 gold.
What's a throw of the bones?
Don't you dice? Don't you humans have recreational activities wherein money is wagered and exchanged?
Listen, dude, I've been trapped in the Underdark for like I think a couple of years. I don't remember anything about the real world. I mean, if you just need me to throw something into like a table, yeah, sure, 20 gold to see if I
He
win.
goes to a barrel top and he drops some like little sheep bones down that have the edges marked on it. It's very simple. Whoever gets the highest roll, the highest throw, best out of 3. If I win, I get your 20 gold and you go away with nothing. If you win, you keep your 20 gold and I keep you keep your 20 gold and I give you this wineskin. Now, if you lose, you can wager another 20 gold at the chance to get my wine.
No, I'm good with trying it once for now and see what happens.
All right, we're just going to make this simple, Dion. Just roll a d20.
D20.
Yeah, unless you want to try and cheat.
No, I'm not the cheating sort. Do
Oh,
I
he
gotta
is.
roll high or low?
Highest roll.
High?
Mhm.
Okay. Can I use a reroll?
Yeah, any roll that you make, you can use a reroll on. So if you want to, that's fine. But I also want you to do something else. Make me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Alright, we'll do a wisdom check before I think about a reroll. That's under,
Okay.
for sure. My wisdom is a 11.
Okay. You haven't played a game of chance like this before. At least your character hasn't. But he did a little something interesting with his wrist there before he rolled it. You're not sure what you saw there?
Hey, I saw that little wrist flick that you did, and I thought that was a really cool trick. It seems like it made the dice roll better. Like, can you teach that to me?
He gets really red in his face, and his company, the other guard comes over and just kind of sticks his elbow in his ribs. I said, "Yeah, orc fucker, cut you out, buddy." He just laughs. Just hand him the wineskin. You gotta practice that more.
But no, seriously though, I'll give you the 20 gold as well as you giving me the wineskin if you teach me how to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, if you actually want him to teach you and you're being polite
Yeah,
about it and all,
I
he'll
I
give you
give
the
him the 20
wineskin.
gold.
You give him the 20 gold, and you spend the next half hour as he shows you how to cheat at dice.
Okay.
Dion, just make a note somewhere on your character sheet that if you ever want to cheat at dice, you're at +1 to do that.
Sugar and dice and everything nice. That's what I've always said about Dion.
You've also just collected 4 doses of a D8 potion of healing.
4 doses of a D8. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
At 20 gold, that's quite a bargain. But yeah.
I'm just gonna chug one of them and hope for the best.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, mama.
All right.
Alright, that's nice. Thank you. I'm happy.
All right. What's the rest of you guys doing? NPC has gone out to talk with the elves.
I'm gonna try to find a place with local delicacies. I'm sure that as I'm sure that is unique, let's say, as the flora and fauna are, that there's probably something I haven't eaten before.
Well, given the last night's festivities, they are cooking up some of that flying lizard.
Hmm.
And you think maybe some of those cat people that got killed might have made their way under the grill, too.
That really excites me. I'd like some lizard wings and some cat legs, please.
There's a bare-chested orc. It's kind of hot again, as I was saying, in a jungle environment. He's got a little loincloth on, and he's got this spatula, this skewer, and he's sitting there and he's just plopping meat onto people's trays. He slides off a little bit of the cat person meat onto your tray. He kind of leans over and says, "It's the best stuff. You can really taste the intellect."
Oh, I like this. I'd like to tailgate. Can I get a piece of its tail? And I'm gonna sit in the
Snout to
lobby.
tail. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
here, have a meat flight.
Oh, thank you so much. This is everything I've ever wanted.
If you're experimental, try some of this. These are peppers that we found out in the forest. Very hot, very spicy, but so good.
Would you would you recommend rubbing my eyes after eating them or not?
Oh, certainly. And, of course, playing with the shelf afterwards. Always. Yeah. Adds a
Okay,
little spice to life.
fantastic. I'm so excited.
He drops these bright red peppers onto your tray as well.
All right,
Hand
I'm gonna
it over.
take one, put it in a jar with the fungus and everything I stored from the Underdark,
Yep.
and then one to eat.
Do you? Well, the meat is actually not bad. Unfortunately,
Nice.
these cat creatures are kind of tasty. Unfortunately for them.
Yeah.
The pepper, however, is another matter entirely. Make me a con check.
Okay, doing it. That is 6 over.
All right, you gonna take it?
Yeah, I think I am.
Roll a
I- he-
d10.
That's grown wolf's raison d'etre, to eat bad shit and fail miserably.
Okay, so for the next 3 hours, you're basically voiding everything that's in your system. It's coming out of both ends. You feel like someone just put magma in your mouth. You just can't get the heat out. You just can't. You're running around with your mouth open just to get cold wind into it.
My response to this bird is to be so happy I have another of these peppers in a jar.
Yes, the insanity pepper achieved. So 3 hours. 3 hours. You're basically doing nothing but running out of both ends and wishing you could die. Oak. Everyone else is getting into mischief. How about you?
No, I'm just staying drunk.
Staying drunk. Well, you're in good company as the 8 orc warriors are going to go out later this evening, are also drinking. Perhaps to gather courage. They are telling tall tales about what monstrous creatures are out there on this island. Richard, anything?
Yes, I guess I'll be over with the winged beasties things. So
Okay.
I was trying to calm it down. Generally, hey, don't worry, you'll get to go out flying again soon. Talking to it.
Yep.
Trying
You didn't happen to pick up animal handling, did you?
I did not.
All right.
Oh, while they're doing
Talking to
their
it as if it was
tales
an
of,
equal.
during their tales of this big lizards, I'm gonna regale them with the tale of the dragon turtle.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, they listen. That's certainly a large creature as well. I'll tell you what, make me a charisma check.
Yay! Shit, I made it.
You actually tell a fantastic story, and you have gone up in their estimation. Anyway, actually, they ask if you intend to come out with them this evening to hunt,
Hell yeah!
and if so, yes, they will make you the expedition leader.
Actually, I'm like, I wonder if this will work. Hang on, follow me, and I'm gonna stumble out to the edge of the water, and I'm gonna reach out with my mind and try to summon the dragon turtle just to
Well,
make an appearance.
yeah, you get a nosebleed. You're thinking she's probably very far away, just outside. outside of your influence.
Must
But
not be
you
around here.
do dramatically bleed out of your nose. Gushing. Richard,
Oh, do I need to make a percentile roll? Is it each session?
because you did try to use it. Yes. Yeah, actually go ahead. Make me a percentile roll. All right. Nothing triggered yet. Richard, make me a charisma check.
A charisma check.
Yeah.
All right.
If you get a high success or a crit especially, I'll let you tame this thing.
Highly unlikely. No, just a normal success.
You basically get it to eat out of your hand, but it's certainly by no means trained.
At least it's not eating my hand. That
Mhm.
is an improvement.
You might think, yes. Right, so rest up, eat, do whatever else you would like. Later on in the evening, after the sun's gone down a bit in the sky, they are going to set off on an expedition here. So who wants to join them? Because they're going to sub out some of their men for you. They don't like to go out with too large of an expedition all at once because it does attract actually larger creatures. Grunwolf, you want to go? Oak, you've been crowned expedition leader.
Okay.
Anyone else want to go out?
Yeah, I'll
I
go.
mean, can I ride the wing thing for
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not as a scouting type thing.
Well, you could if you wanted to.
I'll ask the expedition leader whether he thinks that's a good idea or not.
He thinks about it for a bit. It's like, I don't see
Oh,
how
awesome.
it could hurt.
I was asking.
Oh, Oak, yeah,
He's the expedition leader.
that's true.
So having more eyes above us, I don't see where that would hurt. You could warn if there's any danger ahead.
Right. Well, I'll give it a go and see if I
Find
plummet to my
target.
death. It'll be fun.
All right. I'm going to say that the check that you made is good enough for you to be able to mount and ride it. If anything extreme comes up that you have to control it, I'll have you roll it again. So it's going to fight you the whole way, but with that roll, you're going to be able to direct it well enough. It's like a wild horse, essentially, that you're still breaking.
Oh, what a...
Well, expedition leader, you're basically told that they tried to keep these evening outings to about, we want to get back to camp before full dark. The really large predators come out at that point. You don't want to be out there. Other than that, really, you're just trying to find large game trails. Find something big that looks like it might be worth money. Subdue it, bring it back.
Wild pterodons couldn't drag you away.
All right, I'm going to move you guys over to. I'm going to do a little hex crawl here.
Ooh.
Okay, so you guys see the little push pin at the bottom of the map there? That's where you guys are currently.
Yeah.
Now they tell you if you head out the gates to the north and east a little, they've been having some luck as there are tar pits around that sometimes they will find animals stuck in there. They're a lot easier to deal with. They usually just rope them, subdue them, pull them out. They don't have to chase them down. They don't have to cause extra damage to them. So they would suggest you start there, but you're welcome to do what you want. There's going to be 4 orcs going along with you. Dion, I didn't hear if NPC is going along or not.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so
I think we should also go to the tar pits.
Is
That-
28 our camp, or is that something else?
that's something else.
Okay. And 34 is where we're headed, tar pits.
That direction.
They know the area better than us. Get our feet wet with the easy stuff.
All right. What kind of party order you're going to go in? So the orcs will, basically, they're putting themselves under your command. So Thiber, how do you want to set people up?
I'll say we got our flying scout ahead, of course. Dion and I in the front with half the orcs, with Grown wolf in the middle, flanked by the rest of the arc. Kind of keep him protected.
Thank you.
Squishy humans.
Yeah, I am squishy.
All right, yeah, sounds good. These are 6 mile hexes. You've got about 5 hours to be able to track something down and bring it back to camp before it gets too dark to do this reasonably safely. All right, so you head out. You're going to take their instruction as the direction. Make me an intelligence check.
Me or Scout?
You.
I got a 50% chance. That would be a no.
All right. You start heading off. Richard, Tristan, from your aerial vantage point, you're seeing that they're veering off to the west. You can see from the sky, tar pits are more towards the east, and he's leading them off quite a bit.
Guess. I mean, he knows best. I mean, presumably he knows what he's doing, and maybe they've told him something that's
How long have you
something
known
better
me?
or sort of there. So, yeah.
Okay. You travel through. This area is mostly hilly terrain. Lots of very low rolling mountains. You can see caves in some of them. Occasionally, you'll see some smaller mammals, smaller lizards around, but nothing that's worth capturing. This goes on for about an hour. You're not seeing tar pits at all yet. Second hour. Roll me another intelligence check there.
Nope. Now I'm rolling high.
Okay. You're getting more into this hilly, small, low mountainous terrain. A lot of the jungle foliage has gone away to make up for this. There's still a lot of grass around, but you're still not seeing any of these tar pits you were talking about. At this point, some of the orcs that you are leading are just kind of sniggering in the background, just chuckling a little bit. But they're still, doing exactly what you want them to do. As you're going through here, roll me a d6 roll. Oak. All right. Sounds good. Tristan, from the skies, you're just kind of tracking around. You see some more of these flying lizards off in the distance, but nothing around you too well. You are, again, struggling to keep this thing under control. You see them heading into this more mountainous region. They're starting to climb in altitude a little bit. Roll me a d6 there as well.
6.
Okay. All right, so you're not surprised on the ground. And Tristan, from the sky, you don't really see this because this is happening from back inside of these caves. Boulders start raining down upon your group, Thyber. They're being hurled out of a lot of these caves that are at the higher peaks of this mountain range that you're crossing through. What do you do?
Look for an enemy. Like, what the hell? These lizards throw rocks?
One of the orcs
Look
behind
to
you
one
says,
of the other orcs. What's going on?
One of the other orcs kind of readies a spear. He says, ape men.
I'll ready my two-hander then.
I think we should maybe tactically retreat a bit so we're out of range of any of these boulders. Maybe they won't come after us, but this seems like a bad idea to continue further. They have the high ground.
I'm going to double over and internally prepare for Stinking Cloud to be unleashed.
But you're empty. You spent the last 3 hours
That's
just
true.
devoiding yourself of everything.
Oh no. Maybe sleep is all I have at my disposal.
Well, at this point, it's just called nap.
Hammock, and hammocks just appear.
All right, Fiber, roll a d6 for your side.
So you try to stay out of range and
All
then
right,
start
so
yelling
this
taunts.
happens at the same time. So what you see is coming out of these caves are these kind of long, gangly, baboon-looking apes. They're a bit taller and broader at the shoulder than the orcs are, so they stand a bit over 6.5 feet or so. They seem to have an incredible amount of strength as they're hurling these boulders, just one hand over the other, down into you. So as Dion did point out, they've got a height advantage on you. So without distance weapons, you're going to have to march up to be able to interact with these guys. Tristan, you can see these from the air now as they start to come out of the caves. It looks like easily half dozen or more of them. There's probably more back inside the caves, but they're coming out, double fisting these boulders down into your party. So they're throwing boulders. What are you guys doing on the ground first?
Backing up, getting out of the range,
Okay,
and
range.
yelling taunts.
Okay. So moving. Is that everybody? Dion, Brendan. You can cast if you want. I didn't ask
Yeah.
ahead of time. Probably should have, but if you can cast.
When like in flavor, I was preparing stinking
you
cloud,
did.
so I think that's what I'm gonna do. And that is.
Do you have the range?
Yeah, it's 100 feet. What's your range on Stinking Cloud?
It's only 30. I'd have to advance, so I'll
Yeah.
probably just retreat with everybody then,
Okay.
out of boulder range.
All right. Now they will get to make a few attacks here.
I will be swooping down on them to try and interfere with said attackings.
Oh yeah, I like that. All right. So you're
Are
doing
they, actually, I've got a longbow. Are they out of longbow range?
100 feet.
Pretty sure that's in longbow
Yeah.
range. Might even be short longbow range.
Longbow 60, 120, 210.
Yeah. So you're within
Yeah.
medium range.
Medium.
All right. I'll tell you
I'm
what we're
within
gonna do
range
here.
Too.
Tristan, make me a charisma roll to be able to direct your mount more specifically. And if you succeed, I'm going to give them negatives on their to hit rolls. If you fail, it doesn't do anything against you. You just don't get to impart that bonus. Oh,
Yep, still a
nice.
success.
Okay. Fiber, if you want to take a shot at one of them, you go right ahead. Anybody else that might have missile weapons can. The orcs are going to throw the spears.
I have a short bow.
Go ahead, make an attack.
Yeah.
How you feeling about a light crossbow at 100 feet? That work?
Light crossbow. I think
Yeah.
Let
me check out
long
short, too.
range for a light crossbow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Weapons, equipment.
And it's -2 for medium? Or
Yes.
-1?
2.
Weapons.
So only
This
one of
thing
them
is-
are going to end up hitting anybody.
Okay.
That's an orc. Oof.
Crap damage. I figure one hit.
Yeah, one hit. You damaged one of them. Arrow sticks in them pretty good. It backs into the cave, clutching the arrow. You don't think you downed him, but you definitely injured him. Your orcs throw spears. One of them hits really well. Glancing blow, though. One of the boulders being hurled down upon you does hit one of the orcs and just crushes his head. You see the brain matter come out of the opposite side of the ear. So other than that, that is the only casualty this round. And then those of you that were backing up are now out of boulder range for them. But you can still be within your bow ranges if you'd like. All right, next round.
Yeah, I'll keep
Anyone
shooting.
casting this time? Brendan? I mean, you don't have range unless you want to use a different spell, but
Yeah, that's the thing is I think 30 plus 10 per level, so let's see, 30, 70. I'm going to move up 30 feet and cast sleep from 70 feet away.
okay. Yeah, sounds good.
And that's, let me double
All right,
check.
why
I
don't
think
you
that's
roll
40.
a d6 for your side since you're doing some
Okay.
spell casting?
Okay.
You go first. So spell goes off. Tell me how many hit die you affect.
I believe it is, let me double check. I think it's, I roll 4d4 to find out.
Okay. 9 hit dice. You see some of them that are still outside of the cave mouths do drop.
Okay.
Some of them ran in as spears and arrows were being lobbed at them. So that's spell round. Anyone got missile attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I move to just ahead of Friendon so I can defend him from any like boulders that are
Yeah, you
yeeted at us?
Yeah, by throwing your body in front of the boulder. Sure. Yeah, you do
Well,
that. Go ahead and step in
I-
front of him.
Is it total defense to whatchamacallit? Or
Yeah,
if it
if you actually do want to defend him, I mean, you're not. It's not like you're going to use an arrow to knock a boulder out of the way. So you literally would be diving in front of the boulder. If you
Oh.
I have
want
a
to do that,
sh-
you have a
I
shield.
could I could put the bow on my back and like whip the shield out
Yeah.
for that,
Yeah,
right?
you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ahead of Grunwolf and I'm gonna full defense.
Always good to protect your mages. Fiber, second attack hit and killed one. You see it go down. It was one that was injured before. What are you doing, Tristan, from the air?
Dive, dive, dive! Again, I'm not going to try
Alright.
and fire a bow from the air.
All right, same thing.
Try to knock one off the ledge.
Go ahead and make me a charisma roll to steer your dinosaur in a way that might help.
Yeah, high success this time.
Okay. Very good. Oak, you took one out. NPC is guarding the mage. Mage casts sleep on their turn. Few more of these things come out of the cliff face, and they've got in their hands flaming balls of something. And they start hurling these down. And again, since Tristan made his roll, it's going to be harder for them to hit. They all miss. As these balls are just lobbed at you, they just don't have the range, and they kind of fall short. And when they hit the ground, they splat. And you just have the strong smell of excrement as this burning crap is just spread across the ground. The flames continue to burn.
Napalm shit.
The only thing I can think of is any of this edible as I backtrack.
Yeah. They don't have the range on you. It looks like if you stay where you are, they're not going to be able to hit you. But they are sure making a try at it.
Souffle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd say, do we want to keep wasting arrows just trying to pick them off when there could be so many of them up there? Or
You guys do see a lot of movement deep within the recesses of the caves.
I'm gonna drop my pants and moon them before we retreat.
You too can produce flaming balls of crap. Yeah.
I mean, that's just my state of being.
All right. Yeah, so you guys have backed off enough. Some of them are coming to the edge of the rock cliffs. They're shaking clubs. They start half-heartedly throwing a few more rocks. They just can't reach you. They don't look like they're at all interested in coming down to engage you. Honestly, it looks more like they're just trying to frighten you away.
Yeah, probably have women and children inside.
Who do you think's lighting the poop? I mean, come on.
Kids, go gather up all the shit.
Oh,
So where are these damn tar pits? You said nothing about apes.
One of the orcs like, you going wrong direction. Back that way.
Oh, you just now thinking to tell me?
You're
You know the area
expedition
better
leader.
than I.
We follow your lead. Maybe you find
Then-
better hunting grounds. Maybe you just dumb.
Maybe. Lead me to the tar pits.
Okay.
And put him on point.
Yeah. So heading back this way then. Another hour goes by. Ooh. That's not good.
Encounter.
You do hit where you've probably never seen tar pits before, Thiber. You're not really sure what to expect. It looks like just grassland, but if you pause for just a moment and kind of look out across this flat land, you see that the grass kind of undulates. It ripples, almost like water. And you start hearing the braying of some animal up a little bit further ahead to the left a little bit.
And the first thing that pops in my mind is Cataplevis.
Yep.
Great
The
old
orcs that are
school.
with you kind of show you how to use your spear to make sure that you're not stepping into a tar pit. The tar is covered over with like this lichen growth, a little bit of grass, so it's very difficult to see it.
You know what that sound is? I asked one of them.
One of the big ones that eat grass, and they bring good money. Not so large, fearsome sounding, but no teeth for the ripping and tearing. Still big enough to hurt you, though.
Only eats grass, then, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Let's find it. Follow the sound of the rain.
All right. So what you see is it's basically a brontosaurus that's up to its haunches in the tar, and it's trying to move its bulk through to get to solid ground, and it's making a little bit of headway, but it's sinking more than it's going forward. Unfortunately, its braying has attracted attention, and there are these large jungle cats that are kind of rimming the area that's still solid ground. They have large teeth that protrude over the bottom of their lips. Saber-toothed tigers, really. There are 5 of them that are just waiting to see if this large lizard will make it to shore and ready to pounce on it. And as you all make noise as you're approaching, all those heads turn and look at you. They start a rumbling, low growl.
How many feet are we away, would you say?
Let's see.
Bow range.
70 feet encounter distance.
I see a smaller one from the air. Can I see, like, are they protecting the young ones in the center or something?
Do you see more of the cats or more of the lizards? Or are you just looking for either one?
It's a pack of hunting cats waiting to pounce on this thing if it gets out.
Yeah. From the sky, there's nothing else close by, animal-wise, that might intrude on this. So you're doing a little tight spiral head above, kind of looking down. You're not seeing anything else in the immediate vicinity. The large lizard isn't protecting anything. It looks like it just got stuck in the tar pit. And the 5 large cats are also not protecting. It looks like they're hunting.
Oh, okay.
Now, are we supposed to be bringing these back alive or just the meat?
Oh, alive. The meat brings some money. But
How do
they
you get one of
pay
these big? So how do you get one of these big things out of that tar?
ropes. We pull. They're so weakened by the time they come out, we can subdue them.
What about these tigers?
Yeah, do you have any experience dealing with them?
Oh yeah, there are lots of problems. Oh, look at those teeth.
So typically one needs to engage them, fight them, dispel them. There's no dissuading them at this time.
Draw blood. They sometimes turn tail, run.
What kind of price do
Do
they
we want to
bring?
unload arrows on them?
Skins bring good money.
Haven't made one into a hunting cat?
Do we want to?
No good at taming.
Shame. I'll pull my bow and loose one, or loose at a pair of
Okay.
one of them.
Give you guys a round before anything happens. So if you guys want to shoot arrows, go ahead. Just make your rolls. Assuming you've got range.
To get it. Yeah, I'm gonna step up 10 foot to get within short range.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you shooting at the same one, Thiber?
Yep. And just taking whichever one's closest.
All right. 2
I'll
arrows go into it. Yelps. It backs off, bares its teeth, but it isn't running and it's not dead. Grown you're attacking with what? Your crossbow?
Correct. Light crossbow.
Light crossbow. So miss and yeah. Okay, so miss. NPC. First attack hits. You do a little bit of damage. All right. Some of the arrows land true. Let me go ahead and do a little morale check here. Okay. They snarl a bit, but they back away, and they just kind of slowly move back into the deeper grass.
Okay.
Tristan, from the air, they've backed away, but they're not gone. So like they're taking a little bit of cover from the taller grass and have kind of slinked away, but they're not turning tail and running.
I really should have thought about bringing something up here I could drop down on.
Like flaming poo.
Maybe. Check my pockets. I don't seem to have any of that, so...
Drop a
Make your
deuce
own.
and hold a lighter underneath your butt.
I mean, I could just magic missile them all.
You might want to save your powers. We don't know what we're going to run into out here.
The three remaining orcs have brought a bunch of rope with them, and they start lassoing the brontosaur that's in the pit. Vines going over the neck, and they start finding other trees to string the vines through. It looks like they've done this before. They're fairly practiced at it. And they start just hauling, using the trees as an impromptu pulley. And they're not getting a lot of extra oomph to this dinosaur. It is starting to come forward a little bit faster, but it's also sinking faster than it's going forward. One of them calls out, "Pull! We'll lose it!"
Grown Wolf, watch our back. Dion, come on.
Yo.
We have a back? Is there
Yeah. Like watching those cats so they don't claw our ass.
Oh, gotcha, backside. Got it. On it.
Is this a strength check?
Nope. Just when you get some more backs into it. Again, it's coming forward, and it's sinking as it's coming forward. So by the time it actually gets to like the edge of solid ground, like half of its neck is under, and it starts to kind of heave itself up onto dry land. It kind of flops its front half over. And the orcs are still like, pull!
All right, so I'm
We
gonna help
heave and we
pull.
ho.
All right. It's mostly out of the tar pits. It just kind of flops to its side. It's breathing very heavily. Chest, upper portion is just really trying to suck air in. And one of the orcs pulls out it's like a hollow gourd, and it's filled with some kind of really foul-smelling liquid. And he just kind of pulls the top off and just hurls the gourd. Strikes it close to where the creature's head is on the ground. The gourd bursts open. There's this kind of a greenish fumes start coming out of it. And then after a bit, the dinosaur's head just falls to the side. Seems relaxed. Seems like it's either sleeping, knocked unconscious, not sure what. Tristan, from the top. The felines have regrouped a bit. It doesn't look like they've given up on their possible meal. Friend roll a d6.
I'm doing it.
Oblivious.
Aw. That's about right, though.
I was gonna say,
That
did we
gourd
expect
went
anything
off and it
less?
stunk, so he's like, his head totally turns towards the gourd and that smell. He's like, that smells awesome.
Tristan,
Yeah, pretty much.
you see Grown Wolf is kind of peering out into the grass, trying to catch sign of movement, and his back is almost to these things, and they're inching forward, coming forward closer and closer through the grass
swooping
line.
down and shouting, and going, you go away. Also, look this direction, Drone Wolf.
I was gonna when you say "guy," you go away. I'm like, me.
So Tristan swoops out of the air and does this low dive bomb. You don't need to roll for it. You've done this a few times today, so it's getting kind of the hang of what you want. And you do this like buzz over these creatures.
You ever seen a cat grab a bird out of the air?
That's what I was checking. Yeah, actually. Let's see how do I want to do this. Tristan, roll me a d6.
Oh. I have rolled you the number 3.
It's simultaneous. You do realize in error that these actually have quite a bit of leaping potential. And as you swoop low, they kind of leap at you and and your mount. This is simultaneous, so they're going to get their attacks. And as they leap at you, what do you want to do?
Do a barrel roll.
I don't know. I was just making noise to try and scare them away and get Growolf to turn
Yeah.
around.
So you're doing this. You go down, you're hooping, hollering, and then as you're passing by, you belatedly realize that these have quite a bit of a vertical leap, and so these cats leap up and try to disembowel your mount. This unfortunately it happens simultaneously, so trying to get lift will happen at the same time they attack. But so, is there anything else you want to do?
No, I don't think I have anything else
All right.
planned for this right now. Yeah.
Evasive maneuvers.
I regret my life choices. That'll do.
Okay. 2 of them are able to actually reach up, claws rending the bottom of your creature.
No, not.
All right. Yeah, it's damaged, but still alive. So your creature kind of shrieks, and it goes into an almost, a very high power, trying to get away from the thing. So what I want you to make is a dex roll to see if you can hang on while this thing is trying to make altitude and sure terror.
Yeah, I fall off the back of it and
Right in the middle of the cats.
This is exactly why I wanted Grenwolf to look. See what
Yeah.
your Grenwolf do.
I really like the idea that
Off the back, down amongst the middle.
All right, you have rerolls. Do you want to use any? that's bad.
Yeah, you might want to use a reroll. You're gonna be right
I
in the
know
middle
it's
of it.
bad, but it is so great.
Yes.
Such a
yes.
great visual. No, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. Yeah, so you call out to
I
Grown Wolf.
respect
Grown
that.
Wolf, you turn around like, huh? Just in time to see Tristan falling off the back of this thing, cartwheeling, hands waving, and he
I
plops
regret
down.
nothing.
Luckily, you weren't that high. High enough though that you still have to take 2 points.
Now
of
you're gonna
damage.
land on a cat and you can tame it.
He
I don't care about cats.
lands into this fairly tall area of grass, flattening it out a bit, and as the grass kind of moves with the motion of him landing in it, it reveals these cats that are now surrounding a Tristan.
My God,
laying
that's
on the ground.
Odette's music. she like rides in on a lizard and tames everything and is like, bye bitches, sparkles, and then fucking gone.
All right, so you are in the most immediate danger, Tristan. So why don't you roll a d6 for your side just to see what can happen here
Because
before.
I'm terrible at rolling.
Oh
these.
yeah, well,
It's my initiative.
how it works sometimes.
All right. A 4, moderate success. Compared to your 6.
Yep. So they will go first. All right. Let's
What's your
see.
next character,
The
Tristan?
closest people are going to be Grown Wolf and Tristan. I'm going to say NPC, you were the next closest, but you're still fairly far away because you were helping with the hauling. And Fiber, you're back there as well. There's actually a good chance you guys have no idea what's going. Well, nah. Tristan yelled. He was trying to draw attention. So you guys all kind of saw something happening over here. So here's what I'm going to do. Even chances of them going after Grown Wolf or Tristan. So okay, evens are Tristan, odds are Grown Wolf. 3 on Grown Wolf. Well, they're all on Grown Wolf. Apparently, the one
were
falling
stalking.
out of the sky kind of just frightened them, and they all run towards Grown Wolf.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The putrescence that I imbibe on a daily basis can sometimes smell delectable to woodland creatures and those on tropical islands.
What's your AC, Grown Wolf?
My AC is only 5.
Only 5. Okay. Well. Okay, 1 hits you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's going to hit you with both his claws and his bite. Oh, that only rolled the d6, did it? Yeah.
Okay.
8. Oh! Oh! All right, so the claw wasn't bad. The one that pounces rakes you, but you manage to step back just as it's coming down. Mere 2 points of damage. However, those 2 gigantic fangs are sticking out of its mouth. It rears back and it just punctures your thigh with both of those huge teeth. 8 points of damage more. That's 10 points. How is Grown Wolf doing at 10 points?
So as a magic user, I have a max HP of 11.
Okay.
And I've got 1 HP left.
All right, well, you're still up then.
Yeah. Never felt better.
All right.
Mere flesh wound.
Those of you that are back that were with the dinosaur, I'll kind of see Grown Wolf kind of stumble out of this tall grass. One of these giant cats leaps on him. You see blood go everywhere as this thing just pierces his thigh. You don't see Tristan, although you did see something fall out of the sky. What's everybody doing?
Running.
Go ahead.
Fiber, you're just running towards.
Yeah,
Grown
pulling
Wolf?
my two-handed and running and yelling, trying to get their attention.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do distance times 10. Okay. Just, he's very close. 10 feet away for you. So that's, normal movement. You can attack the creature if you want.
Sure. Do I get a charge on it, or?
It's only 10 feet away. Can you charge in 10 feet?
I can't
Yeah, sure.
remember.
Why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Usually.
I don't remember if you needed longer than that or not.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
That's a
NPC, you're
+2.
20 feet away.
I'd like to charge with my battle axe.
Sounds good. Make an
Yeah,
attack.
+1 or +2 per charge.
It's +2 for a charge and drops your AC by the same amount. Oh, wow.
Do I say -2 when I do that, or +2 for the
+2.
charge?
Or just
With
2.
this- It is.
You don't have to.
Okay. Just making sure.
Mhm.
And is there a damage bonus with charging?
I don't believe so.
No, just a hit. There's no
Okay.
damage bonus.
Okay.
You also hit. Didn't do as much damage. Are you attacking the same creature, or there are some more behind the one that was on Grown Wolf? There are 3 more.
I'm gonna go after a separate one.
All right.
I want to try and distribute out.
Fiber, how did you take out this this great cat? That was definitely more than enough damage to take it out. What do you do? What
See,
does that look like?
I charge up there screaming as it raises his head up to see what the noise is, and at that point, I just take its head clean off.
Nice. NPC, you charge another one, do a bit of damage. This one was already slightly damaged, so it's looking a little worse for the wear, but it's still up. Tristan.
All right.
I get up and brush myself down, I guess, and arm myself as quickly as I possibly can.
Sure.
Ah,
Get up from being prone, pull a weapon. Nothing is on you at the moment, so you're safe.
I must have scared them off. Thank God for that.
Grown Wolf, what are you
Crap!
doing?
What's going on over there?
That's a good question. I'm trying to decide if casting Poison Cloud just past them is still going to get me, or if I can get them in the edges of it. Like, I'm hoping I'm not just so totally surrounded.
How big is
That's
the cloud that you make?
It is sizable. It is. Let me double check. Trying to say. Location chosen by the caster. A 20-foot sphere.
Okay, I just rolled to see how far Tristan was behind the cats.
Yeah.
He's just at 20 feet, so I'm going to say that he can probably just take one step back and be fine.
You
Okay.
rolled 2C10 there. Not
Oh,
2D10.
whoops. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's
I
do
don't
that
know
again.
what kind of non-Euclidean dice you have.
Yeah,
but,
I like that.
Well, he's going to be just at the edge of your cloud, you think.
Okay. I'm
Well,
gonna
me
go
and
ahead.
Dion are going to be in it, aren't we?
Oh, are they in melee range? That's kind of what I was wondering. Is like before I cast, I was
Um,
like theater of the mind and trying
NPC
to
is
figure out.
in with them. Fiber is not. Fiber's next to you. Tristan's right behind them.
But
And
also kind of in the edge of
yeah,
that too.
you're probably going to catch NPC and Tristan.
I'm gonna skip that then, and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna try to book it out of there as fast as I can, opposite direction. I've
Yeah,
got 1
you're
HP.
not in melee, so you can
Okay.
move. That's fine.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, everyone. That's
No,
what I can do.
discretion's the better part of valor.
Yeah.
All right, and your orcs are going to throw some more spears. They all missed though.
It happens.
Saturate the area with your absence.
Brendan, roll a d6 for your side,
All right, doing it.
even though you're leaving the battle.
Appropriate.
All right, so they go first this time. All right, there are more targets here. All right, there's enough here actually for one on each person that's still in the battle. So Tristan, NPC, and Thiber, you're each going to get one of these on you. And it's going to come in that order. Ooh.
I thought I was safe.
You said in that order.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them kind of does this leap backwards, twists in the air, and comes down with these raking claws on Tristan. All right, there's the claw. And the bite. 8 points. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not liking it, but
Quite athletic, these little cats. The other two, miss. It's your turn. Frienden, you are, Grown Wolf is running back towards probably the laid out dinosaur. Seems to be the safest plate
Right.
around. Fiber, you've got one on you that just missed.
He gets 2 attacks this round.
Oh, does he?
Yep, I'm double specialized.
You're a dog person, aren't you?
Yep. There's 1. And there's 2.
All right.
Shit.
First one hits and kills the cat. What do
That's
you do to this one?
It's just a kind of parries one of my blows, and then I reverse it and kind of cut it through the chest,
Oh,
taking
nice.
off one of its front legs.
Reverse axe. All right. NPC, there's one on you.
Yeah. My battle axe is specialized. Do I get 2 attacks with that, or do I have to double specialize it?
3 every 2. The double specialize adds in your extra hit and damage.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant. Okay, so I don't get
first
extra
attack you do
attacks.
1, second attack you do 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I only have
So
1 attack.
one
Alright.
this round, 2 the next.
Oh, so I did attack with the battle axe last round, so I get 2 now.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm learning. All right.
You're on the same creature, so yeah.
Okay, cool. Boop. Boop.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's a
it was
crit.
already injured. So how does this look like as you take this one out?
I only hit it with the second one, right?
Right.
So she swings, misses, spins around, and then like in the pinnacle of the spin lifts it up and then just brings it down woodcutter style and just splits the skull in half. Just right down the middle.
It's very zen. Cut wood, split skulls. Tristan leaves the one on you. It's your turn. What do you want to do? You were able to pull your weapons out. You're on your
I
feet.
will wave around wildly with my short sword to see if I can
It's one of
stab
these
it.
where you close
Yeah,
your
so you do
eyes.
that?
And
I mean, I'm dazed. I have fallen over, and then it has attacked me, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh god, get it off, get it off! Ah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I
And that's
failed
exactly what
wildly,
it
and
looks
I-
like. That is
wow.
exactly what it looks like. All right. Actually, I'm not even
I'm
going to
helping.
roll this. So next round, let's have Fiber. You roll for your side. There's only one more of these felines up. Okay, you guys go first. It looks like
Finish him.
it's panicked and is trying to make a run for it. It's kind of looking around widely, trying to find space between any of you to go through.
How far away is it from me? Because Tristan was away from the group, right?
Yeah, so
So I want to be all cinematic, and I want to just do an overhand hurl with my two-handed sword at it.
you can throw your sword. Missile attack roll.
This will be the longbow, but it's because I got no bonus.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you your strength and damage. Oh my
That would be a
gosh. You
critical
gotta be
hit.
kidding me. A 20.
And then, hang on, here's my damage roll.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled another crit. Holy shit.
That's
So
beautiful.
this sword goes
Wow.
end over end through the air. And yeah, so how does it land and kill this creature?
Well, I'm going to say that it looks around panicked and then decides it's going to at least get this meal, and it goes to chomp at Tristan. Just as it opens its mouth, the two-handed sword like catches it straight in the mouth and sends it flying backwards off of him.
All right.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna slap you on the shoulder as I'm like 1 HP left and be like, "Oh, the day's work! Everyone did a fantastic job! What a brave bunch of heroes we are!" Yeah, okay.
I'm
Thanks.
You're
gonna
bleeding, grown wolf.
give
Little
you a dose of my healing potion. It's a D8.
Okay.
Richard, roll
Thank
me a
you.
D percentage and tell me high or low before you roll.
I also
Hi.
want to look. Sorry, I want to look back at the other orcs just to see their faces after I do that, and then kind of give a grin.
Well, they immediately go over and they start skinning.
Now, I'm talking about watching me throw a two-handed.
Oh yeah,
sword.
yeah, they're mightily impressed. Yes, but they do go to work skinning the felines, and after a bit, they kind of get the still, of course, fully bloody skins and just kind of drape you with them.
Yeah, I fully like accept it, like, pride.
Tristan, your mount comes back.
Yay!
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Yes. Oh, great.
It seems to have a small mammal of some sort in its mouth that it kind of drops at your feet.
Aw, it thinks you can't take care of yourself, so it brought you food. I say that in character.
I mean,
That's so cute.
I guess I limp over to it and pet it. Oh, thank you. Oh, God.
Its
Go on,
underbelly
take a
has
bite. Take a
tear
bite.
wounds in its underbelly, but it seems to be all right otherwise.
Oh,
You gotta show it that you're thankful. You have to take a bite of it right now. Otherwise, it's not gonna trust you. You're building trust. It came back.
oh God.
I'll roll
Oh,
charisma.
it can't be any worse than anything else that I've seen eaten in this fight. So yeah, all right. I will eat some of it, and then I will, put it out for my mount to eat as well.
All right, yeah.
I need to name it as well, then I guess.
Take a bite out of this creature. It's as nasty
Yeah,
as you
whatever it
imagine.
is.
I lean over to Oak or Thyber. I'm like, I didn't think you'd actually do it.
I hear you say that, and I lean over to you, and I say, I was hoping you wouldn't. It looks delectable.
I figured you'd go for it first.
Next time.
I'm impressed.
Creature picks up what's left over, tosses it in the air, and just kind of chomps down on what's left of it. Friendin, wow, so you're pretty messed up. You're laying bleeding over there near the snoring dinosaur. Your group comes back. Thyber is bedecked in the skins of these felines.
Yeah. Looks like everyone's having a great time.
Like the
Fantastic.
one that Dion split down the middle, and it's like because I've got that crown on, so one thing's over one side,
Yeah.
one's over the other.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
I'm gonna scavenge for anything I can cook and try. I'm looking for interesting bits of flesh.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they basically just skinned it. They are hacking up the meat to bring back. They're not
Yeah.
going to let that go to waste. So if you want
Okay,
some
good.
of that, go for it. You were out for longer than they expected because of the navigational issues you fell into. So the orcs are quickly stripping down small trees. They're basically making a carrying harness to take this creature back with them. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty used to doing this. So after maybe 20 minutes or so, they've rigged up these long tree trunks to be able to manage the bulk of this creature. And you guys are going to have to kind of heft it, take it back to camp. Which luckily you're about 6 miles away from camp. Sun is starting to go down in the sky.
I'm gonna help them out with this.
You damn straight you are. Like everybody, grab it in.
Oh no, I would help, but I gotta get back on my mount. See ya.
I actually walk up and I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
It's like when you do that flex, there's like a spurting.
Yeah, spurting, and my arms just go upside down like an old Looney Tunes cartoon.
Mm.
Beautiful.
One of the orcs has another one of these gourds on his side that he reaches into, and it's this kind of earthy, green, mud-looking stuff, and he just slaps it on your open wounds, Grown Wolf. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a lot. Just take 1 hit point back. Does stop the bleeding, though.
I'm gonna ask him like, is this similar to the stuff that you put out the large lizard with?
Oh no! This is for wounds.
Oh, do you know, like, do they sell that knockout gas in the back in the villages? Like, is there in town?
It's made from berries we find out here. I'll show you later.
Okay, thank you.
So you guys bring in this large creature, which was what you were intending to do, either one large creature or a couple of smaller ones. They've got meat that's been wrapped up in leaves from these cats that are just kind of laid around and taken as well. Fiber, you've got these bleeding skins all over you. So the 6-mile trek back to camp is it's difficult. This is a very heavy creature. Thiber gets ahead of you, scouting the way. Tristan, give me a D6 roll.
I'm never gonna get my name right.
You're never going to get it right
Telesh
now. Telesh and Tristan.
Everyone, yeah.
5.
There you go,
Okay.
5.
Scouting ahead, you don't see anything that's going to be a problem. This time the orcs
Thank
are directing you back, Thiber, so that you don't get lost again. Thiber, roll me a D100. Tell me high or low before you roll.
Low.
Always low with you. Always
Yep.
with the low. Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
I failed.
All right. So you're not going to make it back before nightfall. Just the burden's too heavy. You spent too much time being lost. So you get in after nightfall. You don't have another random encounter. The nighttime tables are worse and more of a chance, but you get back. People were starting to get together, a party to see if they needed to come out and rescue anyone. And just as they're about to head out, you guys come through the main gates with your prize. Just as you're coming through, the large lizard starts coming to a little bit. And you pretty much have to drop the creature because it's starting to stagger around. Some more of the orcs come by and throw these gourds again to knock it out. But yes, you have successfully captured one of these creatures. Should bring good money, you're told.
I'm gonna next opportunity follow up about the berries to be on the lookout for, or to see if they're sold locally as well.
Yeah, sure. If you want to ask around, there are some people actually mashing the berries, making some more of the stuff, and they show you what to look for, what the berries look like. They're kind of a long, purplish, almost a bean, maybe a foot long, hairy purple bean that's mashed up. It's mixed with, it's mixed with urine and a little bit of water. And when it's exposed, when you expose it to air, it turns into kind of a smoky substance. Really noxious smelling.
I love everything about this. I get to throw hairy beanberries at things and say, "You're in for it now."
Ah, the puns, the puns. They hurt. They hurt. They hurt.
I figured you're just gonna drink some.
I mean, that's definitely happening as well. Getting high on my own supply there a little bit.
Okay, so while you
We-
guys were out having fun, your crew was out scavenging for food supplies. They've started a couple of barrels fermenting for beer, for water storage, basically. So your crew has been making good use of their time, stocking up for the long voyage back to the main continent. And yeah,
Do any of our crew have like are tanners or anything amongst the crew?
you know the drill. D100, low for you always.
Nope.
Yes, yes, there is a tanner on board.
I want to get somebody to start like cleaning these up and making me a proper cloak and headdress. out of
You know,
these.
not so fast. It's actually Jesse Tanner from Full House, not a professional Tanner. So unfortunately,
You
not
just
gonna-
missed 2 generations with that for anybody watching.
I know.
What's the tanner's name?
Well, it's got to be
Rupert.
Jesse.
Yeah, no, there we go. Everybody calls him Uncle Jesse.
All right, he's Uncle Jesse. All right, Tanner on board. You
I
want
don't
him?
trust him. He's too handsome.
Well, I mean, he's a tanner. He can certainly scrape off those hides, do a good job at getting them turned into skins for you, for rugs. If you want him to actually make you like a wardrobe, though, that's not really his thing. But he can certainly
That's fine. I guess I just
preserve.
do it later.
Yeah, he can preserve these skins for you. Good enough. So there's a feast tonight, and the fact that you guys made some bank by bringing back one of these creatures. They keep it in a pen, and they feed it these large, like cabbage-like, enormous cabbage-like vegetables to keep it going. It looks like as long as they feed it, the creature really doesn't mind being confined at all. The bulk of its body is in its cage, but the long neck kind of sticks out, and some of the younger orc crew are just feeding it these large cabbage heads.
It's cute.
All right, so the orc leader, again, another feast tonight. The tiger meat's cooked up, or the cat meat's cooked up. That's what's kind of put around today. They've got some more of the fermented beverage going around. You do see that there is a new boat in the harbor, though. Very sleek. Here we go. We're back in the camp now. Very sleek looking craft that's brightly painted, has bright sails on it, and you see the elves are no longer in the hut. The hut's been opened, sides rolled back.
Are they no longer in the hut as soon as we get back?
Yeah, they're not in the hut. They might still be aboard the ship, but they haven't left yet. The ship's still out there, and you do see some elves still kind of working, like they're still gathering supplies and putting it on board the ship.
I don't remember because I've slept since then. Did we have any other business with him or anything?
He potentially had work for you, but not immediately.
NPC. Which one of those elves was the one which was gambly cheating for healing potions?
Is he there? Do I see him?
Yeah, sure. He's one of the elves that are helping to bring these crates on board.
Alright.
I kind of wave him over, like, hey, buddy.
Yeah, he'll wave.
What'd you need? You
I
wanted to
need
ask him something?
Healing as well. So I wondered if I had any more
Oh.
there, so, you
Well,
know.
I hand you my healing flask, and
Oh.
there's still like 2 drinks out of it, dude. Go ahead, D8.
Oh,
3 actually.
Thanks
You
a lot.
only drank 1 of the 4.
I gave one to
Oh.
Flendon.
Okay.
oh God.
Take a drink out of my water sack.
Drink from my sack and be replenished.
I spit half of it out, which is why I only get 4 hit points back.
His sack is potent.
Oh, wow, there we go.
And say this is the next day, so we slept through the night.
Well, it depends. if there's anything you want to do during the night. Again, there's feasting going on. This time they've lit kind of torches that seem to smoke more than they produce light. The smell is not pleasant.
Keep the birds away.
And those around you tell you that they should have had them lit the other night, but they didn't have enough of the herbs that make it on hand. But they made sure they had it for tonight.
Other than feasting and drinking, I'm not doing anything. I was just asking if it was the next morning for hit point regen reason.
Well, if you just if you do nothing more than have some festivities, get a night's sleep, then yeah, 1 hit point plus your con bonus. Is anyone staying up through the night or interacting with anyone else?
I'm gonna have a meal, have a couple of drinks, and snoo my orc man.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
go to
again. He's just
I'm
got
the
this
big
completely
spoon tonight.
dejected look, like, there's just life is just could not get any lower.
Aw.
And I love him even still.
I'm gonna say discretion's the better part of valor and get that 1 HP back. I think Grown Wolf was a little big for his own britches today and got some humble pie to eat for a change.
All right, Tristan, how about you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sleep it off as well. I'm not
All right.
feeling good about falling out of the sky. Going.
Right.
Ah.
Groenwolf is elven or half elven?
Yes,
You're elven.
Elvin.
So before you turn in for the night, then one of the elven envoys approaches you and hands you a small box. Not very ornate, but it's made out of very nice wood. Has very clean design to it. Hands it to you and tells you, my master had discussed with you the possibilities of work, and we understand that you are heading back to the main continent. If you are interested, when you have your bearings about you and you've returned to your homelands, open this box and submerge it in water.
Huh.
If you are interested in picking up some work.
I mean, definitely, sounds great. Anything I need to know about the box in the meantime? Any danger of like, oh, I sneeze on it and it's wet, like, anything like that?
It's only if you open it and submerge it that will do anything.
Okay.
It is a little fragile. Be careful with it.
I'm so I mean, careful. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to communicating with you via submerging an open box into water soon.
He's about to go, then he turns around, and he kind of looks around to see if anybody else is like close to you, and make me a wisdom check.
Okay. That is a fail.
Okay.
Anybody mind if I spend a reroll on that?
Do it.
Over it.
For it.
Okay.
At 9.
Low success.
So he talks in a lower voice, and you notice that his left hand is straying very close to that dagger that's on his left hip there. He's just kind of rests his fingers on it lightly. But his facial expression, his tone doesn't change at all. He says, I notice that there is an elven child aboard your ship.
Oh, keen eye. Yeah, there super is, sure.
Is she yours?
What of it?
Is she yours?
Yes.
Interesting. You don't have the look of the Kalish elves about you, and she certainly is.
Yeah, no, adopted.
I see. You see his fingers kind of more firmly grasp the top of his dagger. Again, no change in how he's speaking to you at all.
She's definitely mine, though. And that's what she'll remain.
Ooh, okay. Okay. He looks at you, and he seems to relax a little bit. The fingers go away from the dagger. He just nods. He says, make sure she's well protected.
Yeah, she's not going to be far out of our sights. And she's not going to be causing any problems either. She's just going to be a girl, okay?
He kind of looks back to see if any of his people are listening. He's already kind of checked, in the area in front. He says, "It's best that you and she leave this area as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you for the warning. And like
Keep
I
her
said,
hidden
okay,
until you leave."
we can do that.
And his hand moves very quickly, and you're kind of
Yeah.
ready for things. So you kind of take a step back, maybe take a defensive posture. But he goes a little further back than his dagger into a pouch, and he pulls out. It looks like it's an ornate hair. What would you call those? Like a brooch.
Mm-hmm.
And he lays it. Well, he just kind of drops it in front of you. He turns away, and just as he's leaving, he says, "It was her mother's."
Okay. I'm going to try to catch up with him, if you don't mind.
You can.
Okay.
And again,
I'm gonna catch up.
he's looking around more towards
Yeah.
his own people than anyone else. And
Okay.
he talks low. What?
With that information, and that birch, is there anything that she should know that she probably doesn't? And all you need to do is nod and walk if it's no.
And that's what he does. He just
Yeah,
nods
okay.
and walks away.
Okay, I've just figured if there was anything super pertinent to her survival or past that she should know, then it was worth asking.
All right. So outside of that, you head back. Everyone gets a good night's sleep. 1 hit point plus con bonus. Next morning, you're told by Thorgrim's crew that they're going to have 2 more expeditions before they head out. They've almost gotten what they were hoping to capture. They already have buyers. With what you did yesterday, you're already in for a percentage of the loot. If you don't want to go out and hunt again, if you want to stay here and help with the loading of the ships with these creatures, still counts as working for the crew. You'll still get your percentage. More helpful than that, you will have a flotilla heading back to the mainland, so you're less likely to be attacked by pirates. Up to you, though. You can just leave if you want, or you can wait.
So before we make that decision, I'll tell everybody that the girl's unsafe. I'll put her in kind of like a slightly more covered garment and tell her to stay below deck for now.
Okay.
Hearing that, the NPC's just kind of motherly instincts kick in, and she's like, "I think we should leave as soon as possible then. If she's in danger, if we're not around and something happens while we're doing something, I would not forgive myself."
Agreed.
So, I mean, we can just tell them, "Hey, thanks for letting us explore this. You guys can keep the cut of that when you get the money and all that. We just wanted to help out as a show of thanks or something. If you want to wait for the money, I think we could, but I think we got a lot. I think we got enough money here, and this place is really fucking
It depends on what we get. That's a whole lot more XP. What are you talking about?
It's definitely not going to be enough to level us, though.
And we've got leveling for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just dip and go
Yeah,
back to
I'll
the
talk
mainland
to
and maybe
Thorgrim.
train.
And let Thorgrim know, like, hey, we've got things we've got to do. So, in honor of your kindness, we're not taking a cut for that brontosaurus or the great lizard. But we expect safe passage should we ever cross paths in the ocean again.
Thorgrim gives you a nod. He reaches into his pouch, pulls out like a small black silk bag, throws it at you, and says, "I do not deal in kindness. Take payment.
Very well.
If you wish to join my crew again, you will find us in the port towns.
I'll keep my eye out for you. Nice.
Can I
Give him a
take my
warrior's
man?
clasp, arm to, or forearm to forearm.
Yeah, he'll drink with you.
Can I take my man with me?
Hmm. Okay, I tell you what.
Slave trade.
I was going to say, is he coming willingly? Slavery does not look good on you.
Yeah.
By orc
Um,
culture, he's already mine.
Yep. Yep. It's a matter of whether or not he's going to force it. I tell you what. He's like, I would rather go with you. I never live this down here.
Ooh.
I will make sure that you will be treated as a man should in my own culture, and you shall be the one who will earn honor in my name.
You'll live as a prince.
A kept prince.
I mean, you know, there are worse ways to live.
You say, hey, I've got that gig. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, exactly. Is there time before we set sail for me to do some quick foraging to see if I could find some of those fuzzy hairy bean berries?
You can just take some if you want.
Okay.
They're mass producing stuff. Everybody had a good day yesterday harvesting.
Okay.
So if you want to just take some, you know how to
Yeah.
make it. If you want to spend
Alright.
the time, you can make some beforehand, but otherwise, you can just
Okay.
get a crate of those beans.
I'll get a crate for now. I don't think I need to spend the time making it. I had a busy morning informing people of the potential assassin.
Right, so your holds are full with fruits,
What about
tubers,
Tristan's bird?
vegetables. They've been able to dry some meat so that you can take meat on board as well. Richard, if your character actually wants to try and tame this
No.
thing,
No. It's leaving it
You wanna
behind
let it
with
go?
the rest
Well,
of
say
the
you've got
creatures.
yours, and then we had that other one that I got. If you're trying to tame it, maybe we have
We
big
can-
eggs.
Keep it for Jen.
Yeah, they can sail along with us. Those things can sail forever. Tame them both. Bring them.
Well, okay, if everybody wants them, then sure.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. So you've got one that's kind of being worked at, being tamed. The other one is completely wild, but if you want to take it with you, you can. Your spoils. If you, Thiber, if you look at that, at the bag that was thrown to you, it's just various gemstones. You're not quite sure what the value is, but you know they're just odd gemstones in the pouch.
We'll figure it out on board.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get settled in and underway. I'll throw them with Tristan. Tell him.
All right.
How much are they?
So the captain will be ready to sell in the evening if you want, although he'd rather wait till dawn, but he'll do whatever you want. They will be prepared this evening to sail if need be, but they would prefer to do it at dawn.
Yeah, that's
to you.
fine. We'll just stay on the ship tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, during the day I'll just help out around the camp then if we're gonna stay until the next morning. Just stay close by and do whatever I need if I can work with the blacksmith people with stuff or the leather workers and
Sure.
try and
I'm keeping my eye on the girl.
By late afternoon, the elven ship departs. There's not another word between your group and theirs. They just take their leave. More boats come in. These are, well, boats. Boats is a stretch. They're basically a bunch of floating logs made into a platform that there's like lots of cages loaded onto them, and this is where they start moving all of these these dinosaurs onto these barges. They start chaining them one to another, and they tow them with their other ships. So that's what's all being set up. There's a lot of activity going on in the camp today. So if you help or not, that's great. Do you want to leave this evening, or do you want to leave in the morning?
We'll leave it dawn.
Leave it
We'll
dawn.
follow the captain's advice. But I want to stay on the ship and keep close to the girl just
Okay.
in
Yeah.
case.
What's the rest of you doing?
I mean, that plan leaving in the morning sounds like a good one. So yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna make sure the girl has the brooch, and say like, you know, this is sentimental. You'll want to keep it. Remind me to tell you about it sometime, and kind of just don't lose it is what I tell her though.
All right, yeah, she takes it and she doesn't put it on. She just kind of tucks it away. Is everyone staying on the boat, or are people taking some time in the village your last night here?
Um, I'll I'll have a little fellowship with the people, one last hurrah, dinner, one drink or two, and head back to the ship
I
with my mans.
I feel bad that Odette was stuck sitting with the eggs the whole time, so I'm gonna go troll the markets and see if I could find any small, fuzzy, or scaly creatures that she has not seen yet to bring back.
There are all kinds of small creatures that have been caught for sale as well. I mean, there are colorful birds that seem to be able to mime speech.
Oh,
There are several large rodents.
yes. I would like one large rodent and one mimic bird, please. I say.
Yeah, that's
That-
fine.
Those
Okay.
rodents weren't particularly tasty. I'd try a different set.
It's gonna actually take a lot of willpower for me not to eat these before I give them as gifts. I'm just putting it out there.
Now you need to make sure find all the spells that have verbal components only and teach it to the parrots.
Yeah. Nice.
Smart.
All right. So who's on the ship?
Tybor.
Thyber. Anyone else?
If it's nighttime already, yeah.
Not. We'll say it's early evening, but not terribly
Okay.
late.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, if dinner already happened, I just finished up like a toast real quick and was like, good hunting, and
Okay.
head off.
All right. How
They
about?
probably all were like, so long, orc fucker.
Yeah. Tristan.
I want to be on the beach because
Okay.
we're gonna have weeks or whatever.
Yeah,
on this
stuck on a boat.
So last night of being able to stretch out.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, Brendan, are you on the boat tonight then, or are you in the camp?
I'm with the cook on the boat, explaining just how hot this pepper is and asking if he has anything else that'll make it even hotter and that complements it.
He looks at you like you're crazy.
It's true. You're right. You're right.
Never had a pepper with such heat before. All right, so those of you that are on the ship early in the evening, all of you guys roll me a d6. I'm going to say, Dion, if you are turning in early after dinner, you'll be there too. So basically everybody except for Tristan. How did Grown Wolf do?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking Dion to roll the fraternizing. What did you want me to do?
Oh, no,
I was looking at
a d6.
D6. My bad.
Yep.
Okay. 6.
Okay. Fiber 5, Grown Wolf 6, Dion 2. Dion, you're a human, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tristan, you can roll me a d6 as well. You might see something from shore.
6.
Okay. All right. Well, evening goes by just fine. By early morning, the captain is ready to ship out. Some other ships here are going as well. The captains ask if essentially you can sail together. You're all heading towards the main continent.
Safety in numbers.
Yep.
Yeah,
These are
why
some of the
not?
humans that were there. These are not the big barges of the dinosaurs. These are just the guys that were here doing some mining, maybe catching some smaller animals, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And if we do get into trouble, we don't have to sail faster than the bad guys, just faster than these guys.
Yep. That
Yeah.
is that. Okay, so you guys head out. All right, so your captain does have a map. His navigator was killed, so he's doing the navigation. Let's see how he does. All right.
Over the course of the day, too, did Tristan ever tell us about the ion stones or anything?
I was
Before we
going to
all
say,
forget
I
about
wanted to
those?
show them to our magic user. And go, hey, look at these. They float around our head. I've got 9. One of them makes you strong.
Oh. Interesting.
Don't eat it.
Uh-oh.
I
Some shavings of it, maybe? Can I snort it? I like snorting things.
So it's a box of little stones, grayish
Okay.
stones. Some of them have colors streaked through them. Tristan, if you show off what the one does, he throws it into the
still
air.
don't know how to turn it off. But
Oh.
He throws it into the air and it starts a lazy orbit around his head. And while it's orbiting, Tristan is much stronger than he typically is.
Interesting.
And to stop it, you just grab it out of the air, and that's pretty much it.
Did I see anything like this when I was under the tutelage of Peloton?
High or low? Roll me a d100.
Okay. Low. RD100.
Peloton, the wizard of Swole.
I know exactly.
So what did you
So
say?
low. Yeah, and I got low.
Okay. I mean, you've heard of artifacts like these before. Generally, yeah, each of the different colored stones will have a different function that they will serve. Some of them only will last for so long and the magics are gone. Some of them are just continual. You'll need to do a bit of research with these, spend some time with them to find out more. But yeah, you've got a small understanding of what they're about. Typically, they're not dangerous. On rare occasion, you'll find an ion stone that is dangerous, but typically they are not.
So Tristan, I'm familiar with these. They were likely in a book I read by a wizard at Peloton's place named Mac Guffin. Mac Guffin had lots of ideas about these. And, I'm going to need to examine them further, but they could come in handy at specific plot points later.
I mean, there were payment for the delivery as well, or partial payment for the delivery of information. So
Yeah.
there
They're
are.
magic items.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I just can't wait to read more about it and see what we can see. I mean, look at that. It floats around your head. You get all buff. This is wonderful.
You can't wait to read?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, you'd be
Oh
surprised.
my god!
You'd be surprised. I'm reading and eating all the time. Sometimes accidentally eating the reading, yes, but I do both.
Okay. I'm excited to see this happen.
All right. So several days of sea voyage goes on without any issue. It's goes from a more tropic climate to a more moderate climate. You do pass ships in the distance. Which just give you pause to wonder if you're about to be attacked, but you're left alone for the most part. On about the fourth day, though, something interesting happens. There's a school of porpoise, dolphins, that seem to be chasing your vessel, running up alongside one side of your vessel, along the other side of your vessel. They leap into the air, making little chittering sounds at you.
Is there anything on the boat that can, that's useless that can float?
You've got empty barrels.
I'm gonna ask if I can have an empty barrel from the captain. Like, can I
like
have
the idea that when
those?
you ask that, half of the boat just looks at me.
Aren't those good luck? I asked the captain.
Yeah, generally they don't typically do this, though. It's a bit odd.
I'm gonna yeet the barrel overboard to give them something to play with.
Well, yeah, actually they do. They bounce it around a little bit. Yeah, but they stay with your ship for hours.
Check. I look over the sides and around the back to make sure we're not leaking the alcohol that we had stored up.
In case you're drunk. Chasing us.
Exactly.
Richard, give me a d6 roll.
Uh-oh. This time I have rolled a 5.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything unusual. You watch them for quite a bit. They seem to be going underneath your boat. There's some variances in them, so you can kind of pick out and differentiate them, right? So they seem to be spending a good amount of time, which you're imagining is just right beneath your boat, beneath the ship, before they come up on the other end, and they'll kind of repeat this thing.
I will go down to the bottom of the boat then and listen intently, or put my ear on the thing and see if I can hear them.
You
hammering
do.
on the bottom,
They're
or
chattering away below the boat.
And we don't have
And
our first gear that speaks with animals.
roll me another d6.
You know, it's funny you say that because dolphin language is extremely similar to Modron language. So
I've
You
heard
feel your
that.
Modron rising?
Get your
I got a
moving
6.
lines.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's very odd. It's like they're speaking to each other, or just they're having a big conversation underneath the boat. It's very interesting.
If only we had a glass bottom boat.
Only we had our druid.
if only we had a druid who could speak to animals.
How fast are we going? We're not going.
Not
Can we
terribly
slow
fast.
down
No, not
so
terribly
that
fast.
we can have a look underneath and see what's going on underneath?
We can kill haul you.
I mean, that's what I was trying to avoid. I don't know. They're talking under the boat. I'm worried that, I don't know, something is damaging our boat, or maybe they are doing it. I don't know.
Not doing it to try to kill you, but I mean, literally kill haul you to get you under there and back up. If you want to look.
You said this has been 4 days as well, so we should have recovered 4 hit points then, right?
4 plus 4 days worth of con bonus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm almost fully healed. I'm game to be dragged along the bottom and see if I lose more hit points. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. So you want to get overboard and try and see what's underneath the boat? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Get him tied off and
Pull me
Okay.
back up.
Well, okay.
I pull on
You
it 63 times. Pull me back up.
all right. You tie him off. Richard, give me a con check. It's for holding your breath. The porpoises do kind of swim around you, and they kind of butt into you now and then. One of them says "human fucker" on the side, and no.
Now that I can understand what they're saying, I wish I couldn't.
Wow. All right, so you're having a hard time. Well, actually, you've got rerolls. Do you want to use anything? You don't have to. This is not going to hurt you.
Anybody got any opinions?
I wouldn't mind a reroll.
I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do one reroll then and see if I can get better. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, that is a success, definitely.
But you didn't say which one you replaced, so you replaced that 5.
All right, so you're able to take a big lungful of air and you duck down. I mean, the boat is moving, but you're using the rope and kind of like moving yourself with the hull of the ship to get a look underneath. And there you see the dolphins that are kind of congregating there, and they're speaking to something that's attached to the bottom of your boat. It looks like some kind of water creature, perhaps an elemental. Maybe an intelligence check. Maybe you've seen one of these before.
Looked like one that Grown Wolf had killing people.
Oh yeah, we did have that, didn't we? This looks like a... Yeah, that's a success.
Yeah, it looks remarkably like the elemental that Grown Wolf summoned.
I'll try waving at it if I can in the water.
Okay.
Make it aware that I know it's there.
All right. It doesn't say anything or wave back at you, but it points at you. The dolphins kind of all start converging on you. They don't attack you. They just kind of playfully bump you, and they keep bumping you until you're kind of forced to come to the surface.
Oh god. Get me out. I don't want to be around human fucker when he's bumping.
Pull him up.
So yeah, we got something on the bottom of the boat. It looks kind of like a water elementally thing. Didn't harm me. It knows I was there. I waved at it. And it told me to go up. So either we're transporting something horrible across with us, or, you know, we've just got a hitchhiker.
Or those elves sent it to track the girl.
Yeah, I say we keep
Same
an
thing.
eye on the girl.
Did we know about the
No.
brooch? Did you tell
Yeah,
any of us about it?
Unless Grown Wolf told you. If he did, fine.
When I told everybody what was happening, I would have mentioned the brooch too. I would have, yeah.
Is there any way that could be a tracking device?
You know, that's a good question, and I did give it to the girl. Maybe I should go grab it and we could all take a look at it.
So you can find out if it's magic or not.
Yep. So yeah, I would track down the girl, grab the brooch, and then reapproach everybody, and you know.
I see you just walking up and going, yoink! I told you to keep it with you, but now I'm taking it back.
Yeah, yeah. So take backsies for a bit. Gonna need this. Turns out could be the the clasp is a little sticky, and yeah, I'm gonna handle it. Okay, I'll be right back, and then I walk off with it.
Sure. Okay, basically you're going to do some magical research, all right? Make
Yeah.
me, to start with here, go ahead and make me an intelligence check to get this started.
Pretty high success. I'm a 16.
High success,
Close
okay.
enough. Yeah.
The brooch is magical,
Okay.
all right? It doesn't seem to be cursed. You're not quite sure what the benefit or what it does on this just cursory examination, but it is magical.
Okay. So I'm standing there with the group, and I give it the once over, and I'm like, "There's something about it. I don't know what yet."
Do you have any
There's something here.
spells? Do you have identify or anything like that?
I have read magic. I do not have
Yeah.
identify.
All
The
right,
hell
so
kind of major are you?
yeah, without the
Kinda
proper
eat
spell
stuff.
or without the like a proper laboratory, then you don't know what it does. You just think that it's fair. It's magical and it's not cursed. It's not an object
Okay.
that's going to cause any problem that way anyway.
Is there any kind of? Can he tell that it's not a tracking thing, or does he not know?
Not without identify.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tristan, where you saw this elemental, where was she in relation to it, like aboard the boat? Like, was it above, or like right below her?
It was on the very bottom of the boat. I don't think she's in the whole.
Oh, yeah, but it's a long boat. Where? I mean, which section of the
No,
boat?
I get what you mean. But
Yeah. If you work it out from where Grunwolf had to go and retrieve the brooch from, it's essentially right below her.
Okay, let's move the roach to the back of the boat. Tristan, you mind going and looking again, since you know what you're looking for?
He's still drenched in seawater.
No, I've got an idea actually.
Dolphin spooge all over his back.
I may not be able to identify this thing, but I have an idea. How about we tie it very securely to the end of a line and cast that thing off the back of the boat and see if we see some dark shapes under the water going after it.
Is seeing water underwater going to be easy to see?
Well, I mean, if it does, it's going to have to be detached from our boat in order to catch it. And I don't know
You're
if it
saying
can
if it's a creature
reattach
made of
itself.
water, will we even be able to see it, even if it gets underneath that bottle?
It was kind of difficult to see.
We tie the brooch to
Tristan.
Tristan, and we cast Tristan off the back of the boat.
What
Oh,
if
you
we
discolor
give
the water.
Tristan the brooch and have him fly on the bird in a different direction for a bit, and then
But would he be able to see it?
well, we would know because.
Wait,
Did you
now-
mention that? Did you mention that he controlled the dolphins in a way at all?
Seemed like the dolphins were
Yeah.
interested in it. Maybe?
Wait, now is the one pterodon trained?
It's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there.
Like, will it fly off a little bit and come back, or kind of thing, or is it having to be like you can't let it go or it's not coming back type of thing?
I'm not sure I would trust that just yet.
Like, say you could put it and tie the brooch to its saddle if you had one made. Just have it fly off for a bit and see what happens.
But we wouldn't know, would we?
You have to.
Well, we'd see
same
the
thing. You need to go
dolphins.
look.
Yeah, we'd see if the dolphins follow it, or if it pointed
Possibly.
and made the dolphins like go at you. You know.
I still think the easiest is we stand on the back of the boat with it while you go underneath and look again, Tristan.
Hey, Bert,
That's the
would
simple-
the potential spirit of Telesh that's inside of me know what these things are?
Ooh.
This brooches?
You want to try and? I mean, I don't think you know.
So I don't,
it's,
but the thing
Yeah. Okay.
that I'm
no.
thinking,
I tell you
the
what.
thing
High
that I'm
low.
thinking is this: in
High-low.
flavor,
Yeah.
in
High
flavor,
low.
I'm thinking like
No, I get you. High
low,
low.
low, R D100 low. Oh,
so close.
okay.
Yeah, nothing.
See, I'm thinking
reacts
I
there.
was trying to contact the Dark Lady because I thought that ritual was like, "Hey, I'm in the club now, right?" And I'm like, maybe she would know.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, you kind of reach out, but there's just nothing there. There's nothing
Oh.
talking back
Dial
to you.
tone.
Yeah.
New phone who dis.
Okay, here we'll do this. Is there a long pole or something on the ship?
Sure. Yeah.
So make like just in some line, hang it where it's off near the water, stretch it off, and see if anything comes out over by it. So we can
Yeah.
see.
Everybody that's watching, make me a D6 roll.
I was going to say I would not do that unless it was very, very securely tied to it, because otherwise, I mean,
Well, that's what we're doing.
Volvers
We're
can
tying
jump
it
out
in.
and grab it.
Well,
Yeah.
if it grabs it, then that kind of answers our question also.
Right, but then we lose whatever it is. It could
Well-
be a valuable magical artifact that they want back rather than the child itself.
I did say very securely in my descriptor.
Oh, I love the rolls. I love the rolls because once again, the person in the group who is the least reliable narrator sees something and no one else does.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just like this very this you get the impression of a shoulder and a head. For some reason, you think it's feminine. It has, or at least it has long, kind of flowing kelpie like hair.
Mhm.
Just kind of peers out from below the boat for a moment, and then just kind of goes back underneath. It's real quick. It's just for a moment. It's just an impression, but you are the only one that sees it.
So everybody, okay, I know you were all looking at the brooch, all right? And I realize I've done this before, and I missed the cats and even our friend flying above me in the sky. I know these things, but it's actually my inattentiveness that has allowed me to see, because you were looking at the object, which makes total sense, okay? I was looking at the water below, because I thought I saw a fish, and I was wondering if I could eat it, if it one I had eaten before. You know my obsession with food. Turns out I think maybe the elemental like peeked out of the boat at the direction of the brooch. It looked feminine, watery. That sounds like it tracks with what Tristan said. I saw it. I really saw it, okay?
Did it look like a woman, Tristan?
I'm not sure I could really tell like that.
Maybe I'm just we've been at sea for a while. Maybe I'm seeing things, okay? But it looked like a woman to me, and it looked like it was trailing off towards the brooch.
Ask the captain if by his description, does that sound like anything he's heard tales of?
Sounds like a nymph.
Oh.
Oh, nymph. Oh,
What's that?
Water creature. All kinds of legends say that sometimes they lure sailors to their dooms. Sometimes they rescue sailors. Hard to tell. Mostly, I've never seen one. Just heard of them. Probably pure fantasy, but
Do you want to go under the boat? You can see one.
Grown Wolf, where'd you see it under the boat? Where'd it poke out from? I go to the edge of the boat to look.
I say I'm really bad with like the boat directions and like bow, stern, and stuff, but it poked out right here, and I point to the area where I saw the head
Alright,
poke out.
I'm gonna stick my head over and look down at the water and just be like, "Hey, are you friendly?"
high
Yeah,
or
some
low?
sailors.
Yeah, high or low. Roll your D
I'm
percentage,
gonna-
high or low.
I'm gonna say
I'll
we're
leave a lot up
rolling
to luck.
high, buddy. We're rolling high.
Oh.
Hey, do you have to ask
nice.
Dion? It's always gonna be high.
You see these small little hands grab the bottom of the hole and just kind of pulls the slender neck and like very chubby, childish face over, and it has long flowing hair, and it looks up to you and just does this little.
I wave back and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're adorable."
Okay, make me an intelligence check.
I don't like the sound of that.
While he's doing
Okay,
that, I'm bringing the brooch back on board.
That's a fail.
It looks like a child. It has feminine features, but you can't be sure. I mean, it has long hair, very childish looking.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's already. It just did this little soft little wave and then just went back underneath the hole.
I mean, it doesn't seem threatening.
Does the brooch have any kind of like sea motif to it? Shells
Actually,
or
it doesn't.
tentacles or anything?
It has. It's actually not very ornate. I mean, it's like it's carved beautifully, and it seems to be made out of some kind of stone that's got veins of different, mostly red, that run through it. but there's not like any glyphs. There's not any writing on it. It's a little heavy. It's all set like in a gold clasp and gold highlights through it. There's no writing.
You know
There's
what?
no etching.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. Where's the little girl?
Well, wherever Friendin left her after stealing the brooch from her.
We did
Yeah.
we did say we were gonna send her below deck for
Yeah.
safety reasons, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
she's like, cruise quarters below deck. I can go grab her if we need.
Of course,
I'm-
we're in the ocean.
No. I'm gonna go down after her. I'm gonna go find her. I want to ask her if she did anything with the brooch, like if she, out of character, like if she activated it or if she did something to like trigger, like.
She lifts up her finger like this, and you can see that there's she's wrapped a little piece of cloth over it, and she says, "I pricked my finger with it."
You pricked your finger with it. Where? How?
The little piece that hooks on my hair, it's sharp.
Alright. Alright, thank you. I'm gonna go back up deck and I'm gonna be like, hey, can we reel that brooch back in real quick?
Yeah, I've already brought it back
Yeah.
in.
Okay, cool. Can I see it?
Sure, toss it to you.
I'm gonna check the pin.
Yeah, I mean,
Part.
yeah, it is sharp, but there's nothing odd about it.
I'm gonna poke myself with it.
It's sharp. you,
Yeah.
you draw blood. 1d50 hit point. No.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
girl is stout.
she rolled a 1.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so yeah, it's sharp. It draws a droplet of blood, but nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna poke my head over the ledge again and just be like, hey.
Yeah, there's no response this time.
Oh.
So why are you doing that?
Well, she said she pricked herself on the brooch, and Grownwolf said it was magic, and I'm not
He
a
said it was-
magic person, but I mean, I thought maybe like, you know how like when you do a spell, you have to do like a thing, whether it's like or like you like have like a pile of pocket sand and throw it and like something happens. I thought maybe like the poke would like do the thing, and that's why I don't know. I'm not
So
gonna.
it was her mother's too. I lean over towards like the doorway for lower decks and I yell for her to come up.
Okay, yeah, she comes up.
NPC, let me see that.
Okay, here you go.
And I hand it to her. I'm like, hold this. Look over the side of the ship here. There's a woman made of water. See if you can get her to come to you.
Oh, she looks delighted, and she leans over, and she's she's like, "Lady."
And I'm holding like kind of like my hand on her shoulder or back, and I'm kind of got a handful of her clothing just in case something was to try to jump up and pull her out.
Sure. And then you guys see, everybody sees the face now that just kind of pulls itself out from underneath. Everybody make me intelligence rolls except for Dion. You've already made and failed yours.
This is when we find out it was a hag.
Low success.
Medium success.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, success.
Uncanny resemblance between the sea child and this child physically standing here. They look, the bone structure, the face, they look very similar.
Hmm.
And
I'm curious if you're have some power over this thing, or if you're related to it, child. Talk to it. It looks like you.
she looks over at, well, actually, she'll look at Thyber since Thyber's been her, and she's kind of imprinted on Thyber. She's like, "Is she safe?"
I don't know. If she's not, she'll die. But let's find out. Talk to her. See if she'll be friendly with you.
Okay, she kind of climbs to the edge of the railing, leans over, and she starts singing like a nursery rhyme. And the child puts its head over again and looks up, and doesn't come out of the water, but is a lot more visible now, and starts singing along as well. And they both start laughing and giggling. And they're waving at each other, but she's not coming out of the water.
Are they being mirror imaged when they
No.
do that?
No.
Okay.
See if you can communicate with her. Does she speak Elvish? Maybe. I don't know. They look alike.
Yeah, I mean, she tries. The creature doesn't speak though.
What kind of feeling do you get? I asked the girl.
She looks up. You gave her back the brooch, right?
Yes.
So she's clutching the brooch. She's got a big smile on her face, and she says, "It's my friend."
You know her?
She's quiet for a minute. She's kind of.
Have you dreamt of her, or do you have memories of her?
I had a friend when I was really young. My mom introduced me to her.
What was her name?
I don't know.
Hmm.
She
Was
feels
she
like
like
my
this?
friend, though.
Was she like this? I mean, was she not flesh and blood like us?
Water spirit?
Well, any kind of spirit.
She looks generally confused, and she's like, I don't remember. But it feels like my friend.
Hmm.
All right.
I mean, elves have a long lifespan, and
I'm right here.
He's like, I'm actively trying to end my
you don't
lifespan.
count. I'm surprised you haven't died yet. You do not count towards that long lifespan. You're past expiration.
Someone's got to bring that bell curve down. You know, that's what I'm saying.
I wonder if your friend will do things you ask. Tell her to go find you a seashell and bring it to you.
Okay. She does, and after a bit, the creature comes back, and she's got like a shell in her hand.
So I have a really bad idea.
Oh, I wanna. Oh, go ahead.
You just said you had an idea.
yeah, I know. Shock, it's bad, right? What if one of us were to feign an attack at the girl after telling the girl we're going to see if this thing wants to protect her?
That's
No,
a really bad idea.
I don't
It's really bad. I love how
Usual
bad it
ideas.
is. That's the
No.
thing. I knew it was terrible, and I was just like, "Ooh, this could be fun."
It's not like one of your regular bad ideas. This
No.
is impressively bad. Yeah.
No, it's like a double baked bad idea, which is why I wanted to
see
share.
the merit in what you're wanting to achieve,
Oh.
but no, let's not do that.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
She gets
lean.
pissed off, sinks the boat.
And then I'm just like, I was right. Blah 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 blah.
NPC's just gonna lean over again and look at the girl and be like, "Do you have a name?"
She's not talked or said anything during this whole time.
Oh, she's so rude.
We need Odette here to speak Sylvan or something to her also.
I think we'll go ahead and end it there tonight with your your stray passenger that's kind of gotten hooked up with you here. So you guys, on our next session, we're just going to cut through the long voyage, and I think you guys should be looking at the Greyhawk map now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be sailing into Woolly Bay, and they're probably going to make for Highport.
Yay, off the Pomar, where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's my backyard.
Yep. And that gets you pretty close to where all of this mess started. For some of you, anyway. For some of you that weren't trapped in the Underdark for years. Yeah. So we're back into Greyhawk, as you're pointing out. Yeah. So we're going to do the Pomarge area. And we'll take it up from there. And you guys will be able to reconnect with your company at some point. And we'll see what you guys want to do.
Sounds
From
great.
there. So I'll get you what the ion stones do, because over the course of the next couple of weeks, Brendan, if Groenwolf wants to do the research on it, you can figure out what they do and then figure out
For
what
sure.
your value is, whether or not you want to keep them or sell them off.
Perfect.
All right. Well, let's just do our outros here. Oak, you got anything?
Hey, you can catch me Friday and Saturday nights starting at midnight on Twitch or YouTube. URAENCE. Play some 5e. Saturday night is my Grimdark homebrew, where I really bastardize the rules and make my own shit up based on Warhammer 40k or Warhammer Fantasy. But
Brendan.
welcome to D&D. That's me.
I'm also made up out of parts of Warhammer Fantasy. I'm Friendon. You can find me drawing things on the internet all the time. Twitch.tv/Friendon. We play Monster of the Week some Thursdays. Probably gonna do it this Thursday. Dion's in that. And thanks for having me, Bert. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever done on Twitch. So thank you.
Welcome. Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard. You can find me playing video games at LMTDTMFFR, or Say It With Me Now, limited time offer, no vows. But more importantly than that, if you happen to live in England, in London in fact, and it's before Thursday, get out and vote on Thursday for the London Mayor. I don't endorse any candidates, except I do not endorse the guy, Lawrence Fox, who used to be an actor, who is a complete dickhead at the moment, saying, everybody take off all your masks and go socialize with everyone. So vote for anybody except him, all right? Go and fucking do that.
He sounds like he'd fit in here in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Dion.
Yes, hello. I'm Dion, also known as Substances Used on Twitch TV. I streamed before this stream tonight for the first time in a while. That was fun. I gotta get back into the habit of streaming more. When I'm not streaming, I'm doing D&D on people's streams Tuesday and Friday with the beautiful Bert, and on Thursdays, Monster of the Week with the beautiful Friendin. And on Saturdays, I'm doing some 5th edition on Folsham_Arts channel, and there's many beautiful people there. You should all check us out sometime.
Cool. And if you have found your way and wandered into this channel, twitch.tv/SteamSealMurder, we do things 3 days a week. Tuesday, 1st edition Dungeons & Dragons. Friday, BX Dungeons & Dragons. And Sundays, usually there's a long-running Shadowrun game using various systems. And then on the alternating Sunday, just something fun. Just fun. Check out the podcast,
No
Blue
fun
Magic.
those other days.
Yeah, those other days. Check out the podcast, BLUMAGIK, bluemagic.com. There's over 11 years worth of role-playing goodness in there. Good night, folks. Thanks for watching.
Not everybody.
Good
Night,
luck.
everybody.